diamond back. Folks, you recall, as when I was last telling you of the doings at the Diamond X, young Bobby Harrison, shot in the shoulder by Snowden of the Triangle Y, lay recuperating from his hurt, and fearing he was going to die, gave away all his worldly possessions, his horse, his saddle, his gun and knife, and what all. And then, fate being up to one of its tricks, Bobby got well, and his horse and saddle and all were gone. Meantime, the men of the outfit started out, led by Darrow and 4 Texas Rangers, to trap Snowden in Porcupine Pass. The plan was for all the men, save Darrow and Shorty, to wait for Snowden at the mouth of the pass, while Shorty and Darrow lowered themselves over the cliff at the other end and came on Snowden from the rear. And that was where we left the situation. And now, a space after the men rode out from the Diamond X, here's Miss Mary Harrison, who stayed behind with the Chinaman cook, Wong Lee, and her small brother and her father, sitting with her father, who, as always is the case, is lying paralyzed on his bed in the ranch house.
I never saw the time go so slowly. Seems like hours since they've been gone.
Mary, what in heck are you doing over there at the window? Staring and staring.
Something you want, Dad?
I said, what are you staring at?
Nothing, Dad. What do you want?
There's nothing I want. The wall fired quiet around here. It gives me the willies.
Maybe you'd like me to do some pounding on the washtub to liven things up.
I like things happening around me. All the men chasing across the country after that no-count Snowden. Give me a glass of water.
Yes, Dad.
Thanks. Where's Bobby?
Asleep. The excitement was too much for him. His fever's up again. Probably he'll break before morning.
What that youngster needs, a good lambasting. Then he wouldn't always be getting in trouble. What's the matter with you, anyway?
Quit saying that and asking questions, will you, Dad? There's nothing the matter with me.
You keep staring out the window.
Do I?
And when anybody says anything to you, you snap them up like a turtle. You feeling all right?
Sure, I'm feeling all right. Why shouldn't I be?
I guess you think I'm a fool, my girl, don't you?
No, of course not.
Well, I'm not. I'm not so blind as you figure me to be.
Just what are you getting at, Dad?
I ain't as dumb as you think I am.
Dad, if there's nothing you want, I've got work to do.
Now, don't go rushing off. No need of it. What you've got to do will keep. It ain't that Darrow, is it?
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? I know what I'm talking about. Well, if it's Darrow and you want to marry him, go ahead.
Stop it.
I've been able to give you most of the things you want. And if you want that cow man...
Dad, you're an old dear. But I guess I won't get married. I'm cut out to be an old maid, and an old maid I'll die.
You with your good looks and all.
Stuff and nonsense.
Oh, no, it isn't.
It is. There's no use paying me compliments. Leave that to those who have less brains than you.
He's a strong, well-put-together figure of a man, all right.
Who is?
John Darrow.
Dad Harrison, if you don't cut that out, I'm going to treat you just like I treat Bobby. Why, you good-for-nothing reprobate. Well, I mean it. I do. A man of your age acting that way. Now, what's Wong Lee doing out there? Hey there, Wong Lee. What's going on out there?
Most like Bobby's got into his biscuit box or something of the kind.
I told you, Bobby's asleep. It's something else, and I'm going to find out what it is. What's the matter, Wong Lee?
Oh, crazy man come.
What are you talking about?
Oh, him crazy man come.
I better go out and see what it's all about there. All right, Wong Lee, what is it?
Oh, crazy man come. Him riding donkey.
Who's riding a donkey?
Crazy man. Me not know who.
I don't know what you're talking about, Wong Lee.
Oh, yes, me say. Me not know.
Now start at the beginning and tell me what this is all about.
A crazy man come. Him ride donkey. Him talky. A wangly no sabe.
You don't know who he is?
Me not sabe. Him crazy.
Where is he?
Him by hot stop. He any crazy.
All right, you go on back to the chuck house. I'll find out for myself.
All the time.
Well, what can I do for you?
Madam, I trust I do not intrude. Me noble steed has carried me far. We are weary and worn out and fain would rest.
Where are you from?
From yonder, madam, where the blue sky touches the far horizon.
That's pretty indefinite. What's your name?
William Shakespeare, madam, at short 30.
What?
William Shakespeare, the bard of the prairie.
I see. I've heard the name before.
An honorable and honored name, madam. One of the world has long delighted to honor. Years, centuries before I came upon this earth, there was another William Shakespeare. Doubtless you've heard of him.
I think so.
A great poet and a great student of mankind. A man whose words were gentle music. But we will not speak of that. Now, I only ask the privilege of shaking down a bed for myself in a straw and making me friend and companion, my burro, comfortable. Then, if perchance I could borrow perhaps a slice of bacon, a few coffee beans.
I think that can be arranged.
Thank you, madam. I've traveled far and traveled long. I've always found that the door of Ranch House was open to me and a friendly greeting for me and Polonius.
We try to be friendly.
And friendliness is a noble virtue. Polonius, you will stand at ease, and presently your wants will be ministered to.
The donkey's name is Polonius?
So I have named the steed. But before I depart from your hospitable acres, I shall deem it an honor to present you with a copy of the sonnet I have written to Polonius.
You really are a poet.
A poor poet, but a poet nonetheless. My dear departed mother, with the most cherished of souls, found inspiration before I was born in the dreams of the immortal Shakespeare. So when I was born to this life of mortal toil, the good woman passed the name and perchance the heritage on to me. William Shakespeare Hawkins. The Hawkins I have discarded. But the inspiration remains in me blood, and even as he created drama in his noble fashion, so I scribble verse in my humble way.
That's very interesting. And now, Mr. Hawkins...
Shakespeare, madam.
Mr. Shakespeare, I will see what we can find you to eat.
Oh, pray do not discommode yourself. A slice of bacon, a few coffee beans to brew. You want so simple. I ask no more, and for what I receive, I'm able to pay.
Oh, that'll not be necessary. You're welcome to what we've got.
Ah, but I stand upon my dignity. I pay as I go, and am beholden to no man. See, I have gold.
What in the world have you got there?
Priceless yellow dust.
Gold dust.
Gold, madam. Precious gold from the bowels of the earth. And when this is gone, there are vast treasures still to be taken from Mother Earth. Oh, the land is rich with gold.
Yes, I know all that, but where did you get it?
Yonder, madam, where the sky comes down to meet the rolling hills. There in the mountain fastness, Polonius and I make our home. There we find gold with which to purchase the bread and wine necessary to our sustenance. There
Just a minute. Wong Lee? He left some of that beef stew we had for chow. Put a pot of coffee on the fire. If there's any more of that apple pie, heat it up, too. Put your gold back in your pocket, Mr. Shakespeare. There's a bucket if you want to water your burro.
Thank you, madam. Polonius, thank you through me. For surely there is no creature on earth more noble than the man, or woman, who gives a thought to the wants of dumb animals. This is true compassion. There you are, Polonius. Drink deeply of this celestial nectar. You fine creature, you.
Did you,
Madam?
Did you really find a vein of gold over there in the butte?
We have found many veins of gold. Wherever we travel, we find gold. Having satisfied the inner man, I shall happily make a map for you of the place where it is to be
No, I
found.
wouldn't do that. If you've located a vein, the sooner you go in the epicenter and file your claim, the better.
We file no claims, lady. The wealth of the land belongs to all men. I have taken all that Polonius and I need for today and tomorrow. The next day will take care of itself.
You mean to say you're not going to stake your claim?
Gold is only good for the immediate needs it satisfies. He who hoards gold hoards trouble and sorrow. Our path leads away from the buttes. We will not return.
You must be crazy.
Men have called William Shakespeare mad ere this. But in my philosophy, madness is only a matter of degree, and what may seem madness to one is wisdom to another. If it be madness to scorn gold, then, in very truth, both Polonius and I are mad, and Polonius the madder of the two. For I take what gold I require, but Polonius scorns it all. Thus, there, Polonius, you've drunk enough. Thirst half satisfied in life. Keep hope alive.
What's your Shakespeare, or Hawkins, or whatever your name is?
William Shakespeare, madam. 'Tis a simple name to remember.
Well, William, since you don't intend to go back to your claim...
It is not mine, madam. It belongs to all men.
No, you won't argue that now. As long as you're not interested in it yourself. Do you think you could lead my men to where you uncovered the ledge?
I can, but I warn you against it. Solemnly I warn you.
What do you mean?
They will find gold, and gold brings evil in its wake.
We'll gamble on that. Will you show my men the way?
I will.
I guess Longley was right. You're crazy. I'll go into the chuck house and eat. No doubt the stew is hot by now.
Bessie, that was the way a new character came drifting into the Diamond X. And as you might surmise, his coming was to have plenty of effect on a lot of us before we were to see the last of him. Meanwhile, the men of the Diamond X were traveling in the direction of Porcupine, all but Darrow and Shorty D. Those two heading west, calculating to come to the top of Porcupine Cliffs from the rear. It's with the rest of the men we're concerned now as we pick them up at the entrance to the pass. We didn't know just where in the pass Snowden had hid out, and you can well figure we were traveling light and quiet.
Figure this is about far enough. I shouldn't wonder. Best drop the reins over the horse's head and walk in from here.
Whoa!
Stand still there now.
Maybe you'd best stay with the horses, Picky. They'll be strictly up against it if they go straying off in the dark.
Not me. I ain't no horse herder. If there's going to be any action, Pinky Jones aims to be where the action is.
Our best doing, he says, Pinky. Somebody's got to.
Well, I ain't no nurse girl.
Skip it. My horse will stand if yours will.
Yeah. They're likely to begin kicking up their heels if they hear some gunfire.
Well, these Texas ponies are used to it. I suggest we light, decide what to do next.
Me, I'd like to light and bury my face in some more long leaves, too. I'm hungry.
You're always hungry.
This ain't nothing to being cold.
Go climb a tree and you'll get warm. That's right, men. How far is it to the mouth of the pass?
Well, I figure about a quarter of a mile. Winds into those rocks yonder and swings to the left. Think we can make it without being seen?
I reckon. But you know more about this country than I do. Come on over, men. Take a load off your feet.
Well, I reckon we'd best take the rigging off on our horses.
I ain't leaving the leather on the ground, not to be trampled underfoot. You can't never tell. We may have to do some quick riding when we come back.
You're right for once in your life, Pinky.
I usually am, most of the time.
Well, let that be. You've been through the pass a lot. See if you can give us a picture of it.
And that's what comes of traveling and Texan.
None of that. What do you say? About half a mile long?
Yeah. That means we've got to do some mighty quiet traveling till we come up with Snowden. Or somebody put a muzzle on that horse.
They're edgy, your horses are. Sense of something going to happen. Ain't no one beat.
Horses sure are. I remember when...
This is no time for remembering, brother. Go on with what you were saying about the pass.
Well, it takes a turn a few hundred feet in. It makes a sharp curve, like the crotch of a slingshot.
Yeah. And that's likely where Snowden pulled in.
Likely?
You can wager your last dollar on it. You can be so well hidden in there, you're not likely to see him till you come right on him. And right there, the cliff rises 400, maybe 500 feet. You could light a campfire in there. It wouldn't show no glow and not even any smoke till you come on it.
And that's where Darrow and Shorty plan to come down.
Yes, and take their lives in their hands.
It's all taking a chance.
Well, what makes you say that, Dinky? One place about as bad as any other.
Only this one's worse. There's places there where the cliff leans in instead of out. If they figure to lower their sails by ropes, they'll just be dangling in the air with nothing but rocks beneath them and sky above them. Not even able to touch the face of the cliff. If you ask me, I call it murder.
Darrow knows what he's doing. Patterson, you and your men have your guns ready. Carter, you get that length of rope from your saddle. When we come on Snowden, we may have to tie him up or something.
There's something likely being hanging.
Yeah, and there's not going to be any hanging. Now, look, men, you got everything straight in your mind?
Yeah, I think we go into the pass soon as we get Darrow's signal.
Now, Darrow will fire his gun soon as he's down from the cliff. That'll get Snowden started. Either Snowden will go back to the further end of the pass to investigate, and we'll close in on him from the rear and front.
Oh, what's more like? He'd get scared and come out this end and walk right into our hands.
In which case, we'll likely put a hunk of lead in him before he gets to it.
Don't keep your voice down. You talk too much, Jones.
I was just thinking.
Well, don't think so loud.
Shut up, Wilson. Carter, you stick with Pinky. Keep to the rear, so if he makes a break past the other four of us, you can have him covered. I figure we should ought to be hearing from Darrow, Carter.
Well, I guess it ain't too easy to come down and face that cliff. There's another thing.
What?
How do you know we can hear Darrow's gun out here when he does shoot it?
We'll hear it, no question. Firing the gun down in the blind end of that pass, it'll echo like shooting a cannon in a steam boiler.
Oh, he's right there. That's about the first time in your life you have been right, Pete.
Yeah, thanks, brother, thanks.
Oh, don't mention it. Come on, let's get going. We might as well get as close to the entrance of the pass as we can so we can cut right in when the signal comes.
Let's go. You stick for me, Carter. Listen, you and Jones and Rex, keep close in our heels.
Okay.
And keep your hands on your shooting irons all the time.
Right.
And no talking. Come on.
About 1,000,000 years, the time I was a kid. Adventure of this kind was everyday business.
How old are you anyway, Long John?
Shorty, I'm so old I got whiskers growing out of my ears. What makes you ask?
Just asking. You see, you've done so many different kinds of things. You've been most every place.
No, I wouldn't say that, Shorty. You find with most of us old hands on the range, we drift from place to place more or less and don't stay any place very long.
What are you looking at, John?
Just watching the prairie. I figure from up here we can see Carter and the rest of the outfit come to the mouth of the pass. That is, if the light holds it out.
You figure on staying up here on the cliff till we do see him?
Sure do. There's not a big use starting down the face of the cliff and landing Mr. Snowden's lap if the rest of our men aren't down this patch of cliff.
You know...
What?
Nothing. I was just ruminating, Darrow, about what you said about arranged men drifting from place to place.
You almost always find it the case.
I shouldn't wonder. And I suppose now that we're getting used to you and your ornery ways and begin to figure maybe you're a human being, you any day roll your blanket and start out again and we'll never see you again.
I don't think that, Shorty. I doubt it.
Why?
Oh, nothing.
What are you doing now?
Making an end of the rope fast around this stump. If it ain't too rotten, it'll hold us when we're ready to lower.
It's getting pretty dark. The longer we wait, the harder it's going to be to get down.
There. I guess that'll hold.
Well, we ought to be spotting our men any minute.
You just hope we spot him before Snowden does. What made you say that for, Long John?
What?
About not moving out from the Diamond X outfit? You ain't so old. Your roving days are over.
Not by a long shot. But I like this piece of country, so why not? Go on.
Nah.
Go You get me.
Look,
Keep thinking.
Come on, Shorty, spill it. You got it in your mind.
I tell you nothing, Darrow. Only I shouldn't wonder maybe there was an attraction to make you figure you'd like to stick the Diamond X outfit.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, plenty. You know, a lot of men that come and go. Good cattle and good horses and none to have grazing land. And the club's good and the houses treat them men proper. All in all, it's a pretty good bunk, Shorty.
That's all there is to it, huh, Long John?
You know, Shorty, if I'm not mistaken, there's a cloud of dust moving in now across the flat. I shouldn't wonder if that was Patterson Allman.
It's about time. You ain't answering my question, are you, Darrow?
I can't say I rightly can figure this. What's your head match, Shorty?
No?
No. It's all done if I can.
Oh, well, I was just figuring maybe you might be figuring Miss Mary was reason enough for sticking to the ranch.
You know, that's them all right, Shorty. I can make out the horses now.
I see you, Sam. John, why did you get Miss Mary to marry you?
You want that I should drop you over the cliff. Shucks now, Shorty. You get the most all-fine local ideas in that empty head of yours. Come on. We best get started.
There's plenty of time. No use starting down and we know the men are at the pass. Why don't you, Long John?
Why don't I what?
Get Miss Mary to marry you.
Look here, Bean. I ain't interested in women. I ain't interested in getting married, and that's a fact. Now, what do you think of that?
I think you're a dang busted liar.
When I got nothing else to do, no business to attend to, maybe I'll stuff them words down your throat.
That'll be nice. Meanwhile, why don't you marry her?
Shorty, this is one heck of a time to be talking about things like that. We got business to do.
Yeah, we might as well be talking while we're waiting for the business to start. Seems like you're doing a lot of stalling, Darrow.
Yes, I guess I am. I guess, Shorty, you can't quite figure how I feel about the situation. Sometimes I'm not sure how I'm feeling myself. Sometimes I'm plumb scared. This I will say. There never was a woman on this earth any finer than Miss Mary.
There's millions of them.
Not like Miss Mary. There never was another like her. And I ain't fooling myself. She wouldn't have trifled. What I feel about her, that's my business. And she or nobody else can stop me feeling the way I do. Now, what you laughing at?
Just thinking, John. There ain't been a thing I've been able to think of you'd be feared of. You ride any horse, fight any man or any lot of men, go any place, do most anything. But one girl got you so.
Well, as for that.
As for that, what?
Now, cut out the jabbing and get busy. The horses will stop down there, and the men are putting starting to the pass.
Can you make out any of them?
Yeah, it's too dark to make out anything. Nothing but shadows now. It'll be black in another few minutes. Come on, Shorty.
Look out you don't break your neck stumbling over the edge of the cliff.
I'll take care of my own neck. Come on.
Yeah. I tell you what we do, Long John.
Yep.
Yeah, now you lower me by the rope. Figure it's long enough to reach the bottom of the cliff. If I get down all right, I'll jerk the rope, and that'll be a signal for you to slide down it. How's that idea strike you?
Most of it's all right, Shorty. Oh, but one thing.
What?
I'm going down first. You'll follow.
Now, look here,
Shorty,
Darrow.
don't start arguing. We have work to do. This part of the party I'm running. I guess I make myself clear, don't I?
I reckon I'm following you.
Yes, and you follow me down the rope. There's no use me just sliding down it. I'm like to get about 50 feet from the floor of the coulee and find I got a long drop ahead of me. The only thing to do is this.
I'm listening.
Now, wait till I get a good hitch of the rope around my waist. There. That'll hold out longer than you and I can. Now, when I give the word, you start lowering me. Keeping a good fight round the stump. Slow away slow. When I get down, I'll fire my gun. That'll be the signal for our men to start in, the signal for you to slide down.
What if the rope ain't long enough?
If it ain't, I'll give some yanks on it. You'll be able to feel it. Then you got to try to pull me up again. Maybe you'll have to make the rope fast and get one of the horses and let him pull me up. One way or other, that's the picture. If I shoot my gun, you slide down. If I yank the rope, you pull me up. And get a good bite around the cactus.
I got it. Can you see our men anymore?
It's so dark I can hardly see it. You better start lowering, Shorty.
Yeah. Say, Darrow.
Yes?
If you fall and break your neck, I won't go back and tell Miss Mary anything about your being afraid of asking her to marry you.
You know, Shorty, I always figured I ought to keep a little notebook.
Yeah?
And write down all the things I got to take out of your hide one time or another. Ever so often you need and want a good licking, and I'm the one to give it to you.
All right, Long John, let's call it quits. Shall I begin lowering?
Now wait till I find an edge of the cliff where the rock isn't likely to cut the rope. Yeah, this'll do. Got a good hold?
Yep. I got one turn around the waist, and with the other around the tree, everything's going to work pretty. Can you see where you're going?
Up to now. All right, Shorty. Get out a little.
Yeah. How's that?
That's good. Just get out slow, Shorty.
Rope cutting you, John?
No. Keep on feeding it.
Can you see where you're heading?
No. Don't make me talk unless I got you. I don't want to have Snowden here.
You okay, Long John?
I'm all right.
All right, Darrow.
All right, Shorty.
All right, Darrow? Are you all right, Darrow? Hey, Long John. Long John, are you all right? Hey, John. John Winehead, don't answer. Are you all right? Darrow! Darrow!
The 13th episode of Darrow of the Diamond X, written and directed by Samuel Dixon. Listen to the 14th episode next Friday night at 8:30. Tonight's cast of NBC players included Jack Cahill as Pinky Jones and Mr. Harrison, Jerry Walter as Shorty Bean, Henry Leff as Wong Lee, Mary Barnett as Mary Harrison, John Grover as William Shakespeare Hawkins, and Kurt Martell as John Darrow. Music was arranged and directed by Tony Freeman. Sound effects were created by...
Play ball with Babe Ruth. With the Navy. The United States Navy brings you the adventures of Babe Ruth. And here to tell you about the immortal Babe is the man who knew him so well, his pal, the popular sports reporter, Steve Martin.
In big league baseball, there have been many ghosts. Players who failed when the chips went down or who pulled a bonehead play to lose a World Series. But before I tell you tonight's story, I have a message for you. You may remember that on this program I've occasionally talked about the future of young men. I have because I've been through the mill myself. I know the great importance of deciding right at the beginning of your career exactly where you're going. When you're dreaming of your future, picture yourself streaking across the sky in a sleek jet plane.
And now, for the first time on the air, RKO presents The Jungle Adventures of Frank Buck.
Terror in the night. Superstitious folk the world around people the night with legendary horrors. Creatures human by day which turn themselves to beasts at sundown, to range the dark, preying on their fellows. In southern Europe, these are the vampires, the undead, who sleep in their graves by day, to fly the night as bats seeking human blood, without which they must perish. In northern Europe, since wolves are the most ferocious beasts in the woods of the north, these supernatural beings of the night are called werewolves. And as darkness comes, fearful wayfarers wonder if their neighbors will suddenly turn to wolves. And so in the jungles of the Malay Peninsula, where I filmed the motion picture Bring 'Em Back Alive, these creatures of terror, human by day, beasts by night, are the were-tigers. For the tiger is the great killer of the jungle, and the words Harimu, bizarre, enormous tiger, strike fear to every native heart. This is the story of the were-tiger of Sungai and the drums. The drums that pounded out a rhythm of doom as the slow jungle day crept on toward the sudden jungle night, and the minutes were crammed with suspense, ticking away like the last heartbeats of a human being destined for a horrible death. I first heard of the ghost tiger from a young couple whom I shall call Charles and Mary Ransom. I had orders for many animals for zoos and circuses in the United States, and I had set up my jungle camp near Sungai. Usually, my camp is far from any sign of civilization, so when I found there was an isolated rubber plantation a mile or so away, I was delighted, and I went to call. I found the Ransoms charming people. Mary was young and pretty, recently arrived. Charles had been there some